Do you often find yourself going in and out of your kid's bedroom because they refuse to go to bed? Bedtime battles can be exhausting, frustrating, and very stressful for parents. Joining me today to talk about bedtime battles is licensed psychologist Dr. Randy Kale. So what do you think is going on when children are doing this? What's happening? Hi, I'm Paula Gretzinger and this is Parentology. Today we're talking about bedtime battles, how to get your child to go to bed and stay there. I'll be talking to a parenting expert that has some great tips for you. And if you think that 1, 2, even 3 kids is too much to handle, imagine having 34. I'll introduce you to the couple. Choosing whether to breastfeed or formula feed your baby is one of the first decisions expectant parents will make. Which one is better? Joining me to talk about this is lactation consultant Patty Jacobson from the Bellevue Women's Care Center, a division of Ellis Medicine. Patty, what are the benefits of breastfeeding versus formula feeding?
I'm sure you've heard it many, many times that electronic toys aren't so good for young children. So as a parent, you're faced with another decision when it comes to your children's lives.
Every week on Parentology, we get a wide range of tips, techniques, and views when it comes to parenting. Anything that will help you so that you can better help your child. Here's this week's question of the week. Figuring out how to talk to your child about puberty can be a challenge. What to say, how much is too much? Joining me to give you some tips on what to say and how to say it is Margaret, who is the supervisor with the Education, Women and Children's Services at St. Peter's Hospital. So what should parents say to their children when talking about puberty?
You can also find toys with a high play value like these puppets, for example, and they can also help the story come to life.
Time spent with your family is always precious, even more so if you have little of it. So how do you make the most of your family's time? Joining me to tell us is Rich Patterson, who is a children and family life specialist. Thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome, thank you.
So how do we make the most of family time? Greg and Tony, you guys are still changing diapers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So talk about that experience. I mean, that's totally different than what John is experiencing. I mean, John's past that phase, but you guys are in that phase right now. You have 2 children,
Yes.
a 4-year-old.
She'll be 4 in June.
4 and a 2-year-old.
Yep.
And then Tony, you have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old.
3-year-old, right.
So how is that experience for the 2 of you? It's true that cooking with children requires time, patience, and some extra cleanup, but it's a great bonding moment. If you're a mom, a dad, or a grandparent, share your family recipes with your little one by letting them help you in the kitchen. Here's this week's Kids in the Kitchen. Are you struggling to raise fit and healthy kids in a crazy busy world? Well, don't stress. Fitness trainer Brett Klika specializes in youth fitness, and he's going to teach you some fun workouts that you can do with your child.
Thanks, Paula. Today on Parentology, we're going to learn some things you can do at home with your kids to get them happy, healthy, and fit.
Every week on Parentology, we get a wide range of tips, techniques, and views when it comes to parenting. Anything that will help you so that you can better help your child. Here's this week's question of the week. And here's what parents had to say to this question.
Turkey sandwiches and usually a piece of fruit and then something unhealthy.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Vegetables and, like dipping. He likes dipping into sauce, so he has good. A lot of vegetables, fruits.
She packs the lunches.
We've also posted this question on our Facebook page, and here's what some parents had to say there. More than 1 in 6 children across the globe have had a negative experience on the internet. Joining me today to talk about how to protect your child from becoming a victim on the internet is Special Agent David Fallon. What are some of the specific questions that parents should have, ask their children to find out if something's going on? How about chat rooms, for example? So if a parent suspects that something is going on, or even a child, something unusual, somebody's asking me this question, and they want to report it, how can they do that? If you think parenting is a tough job, imagine having to do everything twice. Raising twins and being a parent of other children at the same time. Joining me to talk about what it's like to raise twins are Aaron Schambach
and Kelly Lynn, both moms of twins.
It's called KidsOutandAbout.com. It's a local website with all kinds of activities for kids. Deborah Ross came up with the idea and she joins me in the studio today.
Raising a family with a stay-at-home parent is a dream some couples have always shared, while for others it's a very difficult decision to reach. Either way, becoming a stay-at-home parent is a life-changing event. With it come lots of adjustments, challenges, and many call it a thankless job, while others say it's a very rewarding job. Joining me to talk about what it's like to be a stay-at-home parent are Tracy Braswell and Kara Roots. Joining me today to give you some tips on what to do if your child is refusing to go to school is Dr. Margaret Leary, who is a pediatrician with the Schoolhouse Road Pediatrics in Guilderland, New York. If the child is refusing to go to school, what's going on?
Without fevers and vomiting, diarrhea, coughing, without any other symptoms to go along with that, certainly kids can wake up with a stomach ache, and if they throw up at 10 o'clock, then you know that you at least validated their concerns. So
You mentioned also that it could be something that's going on at home.
It absolutely
Well,
can be.
if that's the situation, how can they find out? Like, are the children going to open up and tell them?
They may not realize that marital discord or sibling, what they see as sibling rivalry or favoritism is impacting the child's security.
This wraps up this episode of Parentology. Thanks for watching. If you want to be a guest on the show or if there's a topic that you have in mind, just log on to my website, parentologywithpaula.com, and don't forget to friend Parentology on Facebook.